There's nothing quite like taking a new rifle on its first hunt. You get to see all that time at the range and in front of the reloading bench finally pay off. And on today's episode of Outdoor Quest TV, we join Vanessa Harrop, high in the Alberta Rockies, hunting with her new pro hunter for what else but bighorn sheep. Then I head to the southern part of the province on a hunt for trophy mule deer with my brand new Icon. Stay tuned. This is going to be a great episode.
Rock on. Hi. On my wall soon.
That's hunting, man.
Welcome to Outdoor Quest TV.
Hi, welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. I'm Vanessa Harrop, and boy, you couldn't get a more spectacular day and view than this. We're hunting in the Alberta Rockies for bighorn sheep. Well, with a little bit of a twist. We're hunting ewes instead of rams. I love hunting ewes. I actually find them quite challenging, and they're great for really honing your skills for hunting rams, besides the fact that they are really, really yummy. Anyway, stay tuned for a great adventure. Here's what looks like a ewe. The only problem is she's all alone, and that's not normal for ewes. Usually they stay in a group. So what we gotta do is make sure it's not a young ram. Usually what happens is the young rams have a thicker base. They're tilted back a little bit further. So hopefully. Yeah, we're good. Nice thin horns. It's definitely a ewe. If you're about 2 years old, should be good. Just gotta sneak up here a little further. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Let's see what time it is. Okay, 35 minutes. Let's see. Get out my trusty rangefinder and find out what it is. 191 yards.
To Sheldon. Good shot. Load again.
I always shake when I'm hunting sheep. Well, that was a 191-yard shot. Pretty sure it was good. Shooting the new Thompson Center Pro Hunter 7mm Rem Mag. Boy, it was sweet. Shot like a dream. Oh, what a beautiful day. We've had 30-degree temperatures all last week. Friday night it snowed. It was a little bit of a haul getting up here, but what a beautiful day for sheep hunting. I guess I was wrong. There was a bunch of ewes hanging out in that canyon over there. She wasn't the lone one.
Well, the best laid plans of mice and men. The ewe hung up right here on this tree, and we got up here, and I'm looking behind me going, man, this is going to be the most pretty pictures, the most pretty video ever. So I went to readjust her a little bit, just, Vanessa was just coming along, getting her pack off, planning all these beautiful photos, all this beautiful video with the nice lake in the background. Now she's all the way down there. She went for a tumble. Just took one little bit of momentum and she piled up at the bottom. Only good thing is, we don't have as far to pack her, so enjoy the view now, because all you're gonna get down there is a rocky, awful, snowy chute. Anyways, let's go.
Sweet.
Unbelievable.
Look at that.
But you can see, how thin the horns are here. This is a 2-year-old ewe, and just a great one. She was dry, had no lamb on her. She had broken the one side off. I said, when we first saw her, I thought she only had one horn.
Yeah.
And I guess I was close to being right.
Yeah.
But man, did she come down. She must have came down 500-600 yards. And
I'm quite happy about that.
yeah, we just stashed our packs up here. Even getting into this little place was pretty nasty. So I think what we'll do is I'll drag her down maybe another couple 100 yards. It looks a little flatter down there.
Yeah.
And then we can, what we'll do is we'll quarter her all out, get her boned, get all the meat out of here. It won't be that heavy. We'll probably get about 50 or 60 pounds of
Yep.
boned meat off an animal this size. And 50 or 60 pounds is the best meat you could ever eat.
Oh, really good steaks.
And if you notice behind us, there's still a little glimpse of the lake. Not quite the spectacular shot that we had up there.
She made good timing to stop where she did.
Oh man.
Just for you.
Yeah. But a heck of a shot you did there. That anytime you're shooting uphill in the mountains like that. But we had it all going for us. We had good optics. We had the rangefinder, the bipod.
No wind.
No wind. Really flat shooting rifle. So those are all the things it takes to make a successful mountain hunt. And we got a lot of good gear, and you can't. It always amazes me. You just every time you take, all you can take is what's on your back. You figure how much stuff could you have, but I think every time I head into the mountains, I have about $4,000 worth of stuff in my pack. But it really does pay to have good equipment and good gear. All our clothing, it's
The lightweight, and then just layering like crazy.
yeah, it's all synthetic. We were sweating pretty good going up that hill, and I'm bone dry now.
Oh yeah, I mean it was great. Well, starting out hiking this morning, it was -8.
Yeah.
And I had that wind fleece on,
Yeah.
Realtree wind fleece, and it was great. Got a little bit warm, took a layer off, and you just keep taking the layers
Yeah.
off just to make sure you don't sweat too much, and really, really, really helps. Keeps you really comfortable and keeps you warm.
Yeah, and I mean we're both wearing 5 or 6 layers, and you can just add and subtract as the day goes on.
Yeah.
But I mean it's only just a little after noon right now, so we got lots of time, and we only got about an hour pack out of here. Probably a little shorter even now that gravity helped us a little bit. But
And hopefully it'll help us a little bit more.
yeah, let's get her drugged down there another couple 100 yards,
Okay.
and
Then we'll get busy boning her out, and I keep saying I'm going to bring the packing paper and packing tape.
yeah, butcher them right here so you don't have to take all that trim out with you. You get on that next time, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hey, it's been a great hunt, and thanks for joining us in our Bighorn sheep adventure in Alberta.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. I'm TJ Schwanke. It's early on the morning of day 4 for the hunt. We've been here. Vanessa killed a great buck on day 2, and we had to get it out yesterday, so we hunted a little bit in the afternoon and saw a huge buck yesterday afternoon, and try as we might, we just couldn't get on him. But we're trying a new spot here this morning, and as you can see, there's lots of deer around here. Things could happen fast here, but while we got a minute, I'm just gonna do some glassing here. Let's go back and take a look at that incredible buck from yesterday. I told you that was a great buck, wasn't it? When he was going away on that skyline, he looked, I mean, his antlers were way out past his body. He was massive, but we just couldn't get on him. But there's a whole bunch of deer. We're just this little coulee down here. We walked in here in the dark, and there's a bunch of deer just moving around down here this morning. It was weird. When we first got here, I thought I saw what looked like a really decent 4x4. I can't see him now. Wait a minute. There he is, there he is. Yeah, that's him for sure. I think I can take him if I get a good shot here. He just went down below that dip. I'm just gonna sneak over here. There he goes, there he goes. I just need him to stop. Stop. Man, I don't know. That was a long shot. I didn't have time to grab my rangefinder. I didn't have time to do anything. I guessed him at about 300 yards. I don't know. It sounded really good, but he sure didn't act like he was hit. There's kind of a big knob here. He ran behind. I think what we'll do is we'll just give him a few minutes. I'm just gonna watch he doesn't run out over here. Because he just took off at a run, but I thought he would have poked out by now. Well, first shot fired out of the Icon at anything alive. Done a lot of range work with it, and this gun is shooting absolutely incredible. Shooting 165 grain SSTs out of it, Hornady factory ammo. And been printing, 0.6 to 0.7 groups that consistently at the range. I was 0 to 250, so I just held a little bit high on him. I was down, I was steady, I was on the bipod. It sure sounded good. I just didn't like the way he took off. He didn't act like he was hit at all. And I thought he would have came out by now. I haven't seen him. That's the neat thing about this prairie landscape, though. There's just so many dips and hills and places for these deer to hide. It's just, every time you peek over the edge, you think you're gonna see another deer. It's probably been about 15 years since I hunted the prairies. And I'm glad to be back. You know, Vanessa killed just an unbelievable deer 2 days ago. And unfortunately, I don't think this one's going to be quite as big. This is our last day here though, and he's a really good 4x4. And I really wanted to give the old icon a workout, so hopefully I got him. Let's see how good my guessing was. $279 yards. So I guessed it at 300. I held a little bit high on his body, probably about 3/4 of the way up his body. So good thing is I didn't shoot over him, I'm sure. I was kind of wondering once I got looking at it again if I'd overestimated, but 300, 279 is pretty close. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll kind of go around. There's a big knob here to go around, and we'll come around it, and if he's down on the bottom there somewhere we should be able to catch him pretty easy, and hopefully he's laying there. Stuff put away here. Let's go take a look. Well, hopefully he's just around this corner. There he is, yes, all right. He is dead, dead, dead. All right, he didn't go 30 yards, he disappeared, and let's go see. Well, look at that. I bet he didn't go 30 or 40 yards from where I hit him, but it was just enough so he ran out of sight and gave me a little bit of a fright. But no, he is dead, dead, dead. Look at that. If you're wondering why we're carrying these big backpacks, the area we're hunting here is all foot access only, and this ranch runs about 60,000 acres. And you're welcome to hunt anywhere on it as long as you can walk to it and as long as you can pack a deer out of it. So, you know, we're carrying a whole day's supplies with us. We got our spotting scope and, you know, all our food and water and stuff like that. So it really pays to bring a big pack, and some of these coulees are super, super deep. So we do have a game cart in the truck, but you know, there's a good chance you may have to pack a deer out of the bottom of a coulee up to the top. So it looks like we're sheep hunting, but there's no mountains. That's why, but look at this deer here. Just a beauty. Nice and wide and, you know, good deep forks on him. Pretty typical of prairie mule deer though. You notice this one tine right here, how it grew short, and you know, it's what we call a crab claw. And it seems most of these prairie deer, probably 80 or 90% of them, will have one of their 4 forks doesn't match the others, and you know, is a little bit shorter like this. And well, oftentimes that's what stops these deer from scoring really, really well. And you know, they're just that uneven. And sometimes you'll get massive frame deer, and we've seen some this week. We saw one 2x3 that probably had twice the frame of this guy, but he was only a 2-point on the one side. We've seen lots of 3x4s. So, you know, getting a 4x4 is tough enough, and then getting a 4x4 that's got equal forks all around is really, really tough. But just a beautiful deer. It's kind of neat though, you notice how light colored their antlers are. And you know, if you go hunt in the West, like in Colorado, New Mexico, places like this, these mule deer will be really dark antlered. They got nothing to rub their antlers on here. They got some sagebrush that's maybe a foot tall, and that's about all they have to rub on. So they don't really get a chance to rub their antlers up and, you know, get all that dark color on them. This guy's probably actually darker than most, but I'm really happy with him. Last day, good looking buck and just a great stock. It happened really fast. You know, that's one of the things about television. You know, sometimes you follow us around for a week to get a deer, and sometimes you follow us around for about 10 minutes. Sometimes that's just the way it happens. But boy, first chance with the icon, like I said, and really, really happy with this gun. And I can see it's going to be going on a lot more trips with me. Shooting those 165 grain SSTs, Hornady factory ammo out of it. Like I say, I've been shooting this thing at the range, and I mean, it's shooting like a bench gun. So I had no doubt in making a 300-yard shot with it. I think I'm going to have to get one of those stupid strings that goes around my neck and holds the rangefinder always with me, because it wasn't doing me much good in my pack. But thankfully, I did estimate that range pretty darn close. I'll tell you one thing in this country is estimating range is not easy. Weather, let's talk about the weather this week. As you can see, the wind's just howling right now. 15 minutes ago it was calm out of the east. Now it's blowing a gale out of the west. You kind of look to the west, it looks like we're in for more snow. The weather's been absolutely crazy this week. It's been warm, it's been cold, we've had snow. When Vanessa shot her buck, there was sunshine, it was beautiful out. And then just as we started to field dress them, this big cloud just opened up and there was these huge snowflakes and pellets falling down, and it snowed about an inch in 15 minutes. It was just absolutely crazy. So you got to be pretty well prepared for anything. And we're staying in some pretty luxury accommodations down here, which has really helped our hunt a lot. It's probably about 100 miles to the closest hotel. We are in the middle of nowhere. So it's kind of been the Ford Hilton all week. We've been staying, you guessed it, right in the back of the truck, sleeping with our water so it didn't freeze and things like that. But we'll do anything to bring you the adventure that you deserve. Anyways, we better get started on the task of field dressing this big guy. We got a little ways to pack him out, but definitely not too far. But man, I am so happy, and I'm so happy I got to try that new Icon out. Hey, we really want to thank you folks for joining us on our Alberta adventure. Big mule deer, hunting the prairies. I don't think it gets much better than this. Thanks for joining us. This has been a production of Outdoor Quest TV. Be sure to visit us online at theoutdoorquest.com.